go for a few days. I stopped for a layover in D.C. to look at the Thurgood Marshall Judiciary Building. Lovely bust of him with plant life. The security guard told me the tenants were complaining. I told him I looked through binoculars across the street. I had fast food lunch with my buddy Bradford in Union Station. I was looking at some people on the train. Alongside was the Potomac River in the observatory lounge. He told me to come over and introduced me to Tina and the man from Nebraska. She told me about the windmills to come. At dinner, I sat across from Sarah. She had over 31 letters in her first name, knew 9 different languages. She lived in over 41 different countries, and to the left of her was Abdullah. 40 cups of Pakistan coffee a day. To my left was her too, Cecilia from Peru. South Bend, Indiana. Passing through South Bend, Indiana, I saw a school bus, an electrical facility, telephone wires amongst a home, a grassy pond with rocks nearby, a barn area, a pine tree, another pine tree, and a few backyards. South Bend, Indiana. Daryl. In Chicago, I was staying with Daryl Wesley Denard. He told me he'd come get me in a bit. Well, waiting for Daryl, I left Union Station and walked around the loop. A wonderful assemblage of architecture. Around Millennium Park, I found a fantastic assortment of items. I thought this sculpture would look nice in Michigan Harbor. Later that night, I got on the loop. Waiting for Darrell, I went through the skyscrapers where there would be reception. The train went out farther, out to the last stop. I got there and waited for Darrell. And then he called and said, "I'm in Hyde Park, come down, we're gonna have dinner, and come down to 51st Street." There I met Daryl's mother, his father, and his dog Moochie, who was scared of me. The next morning, his dad gave me a thermos and made me tea to take. He dropped me off at the Navy Pier, and I walked down the water until I had to go pee. Inside, I found a lovely display of stained glass windows. Daryl came and met up with me in there, and he took me out to the loop and showed me how the Chicago River was dyed emerald green for St. Patrick's Day. We went back on the bus. Daryl's father had made dinner. I ate it all. That night, I fell asleep in the basement watching television upside down. Daryl's father came in the morning. The next day, I went to the Art Institute and wondered how Camille Pissarro got that oil paint to curdle, and if Ed Rushka knew of the man with a beard in Corinth, Greece, 1961. Crackers was nice too, and others too. Afterward, I walked around the sculpture of Grant Park. That night, I got sick in Daryl's basement. I think it was something of the food, or maybe the frigid air. I felt like it was coming out of my nose and my eyes. I haven't felt like that in years. The next day, I watched Daryl and his buddies skateboard. Daryl's mother took me to the train station. When I hugged her goodbye, her coat was like a big black fluffy marshmallow.